Let's do Rogan. All right. So this is a clip from Joe Rogan talking to Theo Von, and he just so nonchalantly says this. So I figured we would just, have a quick conversation about it. We'll see where it goes.
And this is one of those kind of aspects of the occult where a lot of people might not realize it's a cult. So I think it's good to kind of highlight this.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's see.
He's been there. It's weird.
Like the club has always been there?
Yeah, the club. It's like it was waiting for us. Like a Stephen King book. For real. Like that I've never been in a building that felt more like it was conscious. The place feels conscious. My daughter's into ghosts and shit, and she has this this thing that she puts on, this headphone that's connected to some box, and someone will ask questions, and the box will pick up like random signals, and you're blindfolded and you listen to this. And so they do this to test places for ghosts, and she says that place is haunted.
She said the club is?
Yeah.
Oh, I believe that. I could see it being haunted probably.
She's also 12.
Well, I'm older than her,
time.
but I would agree with her probably. I mean, I could see there being, I will say this, it felt like there was some kind of
Sorry, I didn't edit out that screen at the end. So it sounds harmless to somebody like him, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my daughter's just into ghosts. It's like, dude.
It's one thing to like the Catholic teachings on ghosts, like being into ghosts in that sense is one thing, right? Because they're just souls needing, prayers and purgatory. But to start playing with games or gadgets or gizmos that supposedly connect with the dead, that's just that's how you get demons.
So another conversation from work has to do with this, adjacent to this. So when I was talking to my friend Charlie about his aunt, another guy that was standing there listening to us popped in and said, "Oh, my wife goes to mediums. She's like obsessed with mediums. She pays his wife spends thousands of dollars going to mediums." And okay, so did you ever see the show The Long Island Medium?
No.
Okay, so it was a big show on TLC. It's Nicole, my wife Nicole's best friend's aunt is the Long Island Medium. Now, when I told my friend this, I'm like, my wife's best friend is the Long Island Medium. He was like, "Oh my, can you? I'm like, I wouldn't ever set you. I'm like, listen, you guys don't realize what you're playing around with. Like it's. He's like, why? It's real? I'm like, yes, it's real. Like it's you will get things in there that sound legit because you're messing around with the spirit realm. And it's like, you don't know what spirit you're messing with. So you will get
like best case, it's not real and they're a fraud and they're using pop psychology to trick you out of lots of money. That's best case.
Yeah, and worst case scenario, this person is actually in contact with demonic entities and they're playing with your mind and opening you up to this stuff. Now you can invite some of this stuff into your home. That's why the church cautions against going to mediums. Like it's like a very big thing. Like when you read an examination of conscience, one of the things they ask you is, have you gone to a medium? Have you
fortune tellers
and things like that? It's like, you can't mess around with that stuff. You don't know what you're playing with. And for Joe Rogan to allow his 12-year-old daughter to be playing around with this stuff, it's especially in a home where his kids probably aren't baptized and things like that. Like that's some crazy stuff. Ipo Rose says, Long Island Medium, she just threw out the Vegas stuff. So who have you lost in your life? Who's a man? Yeah, it's like a lot of them do that.
Like that stuff's just using psychology to trick people. It's the ones that sound real. That's what you really have to be afraid of.
Yeah, it's wild because I actually do think the Long Island Medium is playing around with some shady stuff though. Like she's like she went to a school to hone this technique, and it's like, what do you open?
Well, she's found fame and money through it.
That too.
there's probably a reason for that.
Yeah. Now, all right. So, do you think there are people who are Catholic and take their faith seriously who do catch things like this from the spirit realm
No,
that don't play around with it for
No,
money and financial
not
stuff?
not of any not through any power or skill of their own. I think I believe God would allow someone in purgatory or heaven or even hell potentially to communicate with someone.
Yeah, we
Or
have stories of saints, right, that
right,
have said, "Oh, this, a person from
and
the afterlife
and,
visited me."
and exorcists will encounter sometimes entities possessing someone that claim to be a deceased human. Like there was in the case of Annalise Michelle, that was turned into the exorcism of Emily Rose. One of
The
the
movie The Conjuring.
well, I don't know how true that is.
So,
But I'm saying the real
I don't
case,
think. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
the real case of Annalise Michelle, there was entities in her that claimed to be Hitler or claimed to
Yeah.
be Nero. Even now, is that just a demon playing around? Who knows? But
Yeah, I wondered about that. Like, do you think that's actually the spirit of Nero and Hitler, or do you think it's just a demon claiming to be? And
heard exorcists say that it could be part of that soul's punishment to be, against their will, dragged around by demons
yeah.
who possess people.
So, yeah, there are. Well, The Conjuring is like the whole movie is set about a house that had some kind of entities in it, and they had an actual exorcist come, but there's like a couple that would assist in exorcisms and stuff. Like even Tim Gordon assisted Father Crow in an exorcism. Now, Father Crow said it wasn't like anything like you see in the movies or anything. It was really just deliverance prayers and things like that, and he got permission from his bishop to do it and things like that. But so it wasn't there wasn't two voices coming out of the person or anything like that. But there is cases of laity participate. Like when you see the videos of Father Amorth doing exorcisms, the girl's family is around. They're all saying their rosary while he's praying the deliverance prayers. Oh yeah, Ed and Lorraine Warren, The Conjuring.
They were into some other stuff too. I don't know how much.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about them.
I think Judas was one of the names given by demons in Annalise Michelle as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird stuff. Don't mess with it, guys.
I mean, is the ghost stuff really all that interesting to risk? Risk your soul over? Not to me.
Yeah, I don't think so either. No way. Definitely not. Like, you got to be crazy. All right, so you guys, let's just go over the Synod document.